Hi everyone, welcome back to Java 1 for All. In this video we are going to talk about the NIO package. You know that the file was created since the beginning of Java version 1, and of course we have several improvements that could have been done across the years that Java was out there with billions of people using, and they actually did introduce a lot of changes in Java 1.7 version 7. So I have this here because you need to understand a little bit of the package structure, and the names can be a little bit confusing if you're seeing this for the first time. So we have been working with file. So as you know, file is a class that we can work with either directories or files. But in the new version, we have a new, and actually it is an interface that will work let's say as a replacement for the file. That's called path, and path is an interface. So this interface will work basically as the file, so it's operating system dependent. You don't have to worry about that. Java will take care. But we have interoperability between the file, for example this file, and this path. So from a path object you can get a file, and from file you can also change it to a path object. So basically you have interoperability between these two objects, and this path will not have some methods. For example, you cannot create a new file from a path object. Basically all the methods that we have inside a file, they were moved to another class that is called files. So basically these files, it is a utility class, and this utility class, to create like a new file, to rename a file, it will not work with a file object. It will work with path object. But how do we create this path? There is a class that will basically generate this path, that is the paths, and this is a class. So from the paths you can create a path, and the files will get that path from the paths to basically handle the file directory. You can go to this website and you'll see the difference between the legacy IO package and the new IO. So basically here at the end we have this table. For example, the file now is the path, and you have some methods. For example, can read, can write, can execute. Now they have inside of these files is readable, is writable, and is executable. So basically take a look at this website right here if you have to work with file, because from now on it's advisable to use the new IO package when working with files. But there are several code out there still using the IO, so it's not deprecated yet. So let's see, for example, how do we create file through not create, but let's see how we can get a path first. Let's go to W, create a new package, W in io.test, and let's create a new class called path test01. So basically you have to get a path through paths. So paths dot get, and you will notice that this guy will return a path for us. So let's call P1. And now here we have several options. For example, let me get this file right here. Copy path, absolute path. So as we have in the file, we can get this entire path here to get the file. Control Shift F10. Actually, we should get the file name, for example, and we have the file name. So as I said, you can have two files. This is going to return a file, or you can have from file to path, and you have a path back. Now, what is interesting is that now the paths is not mandatory for you to pass the whole absolute path like this, because this method has a varargs. And the interesting part is that Java will handle the paths for you. So for example, if I send something like this. I'm sending the folder path and then another argument with the file name, and you will see that we still have the file available for us. And even more, you can even split this like the partition and then the folder and then the file. So this way I have the partition as the first argument, the second is the folder, and the third is the file. And we have also the file available. Ctrl+Shift+F10. And as you probably notice where this is going, we can comma. So for example, I can split even more. So I'm splitting everything, and this guy will handle that for me. This should be here and this should be here. So basically the last one, the P4, I'm passing all the directory, the absolute path, comma separated as var args. Ctrl+Shift+F10, and we have all the files through all the possible styles. So this is just an introduction. Let's continue in the next video with more topics about paths and files. So I hope you are enjoying, because there is a lot of more stuff to do with NIO package. See you in the next video. Bye.